Hey!
Hi! I hope you keep this in.
I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we're going to do Tribe Called Quest. We're continuing our quest of Tribe Called Quest. We're going to do the Love Movement from 1998.
Mm-hmm.
It's their second to last album.
Second to last.
Yeah. Was their last album.
Originally their
for a
last
while.
album. Yep. Until a couple years ago.
Yeah. And this is their fifth album, and yeah. What you think? Did you love the Love Movement?
In total, I thought it was alright. I think I found a lot more songs I wasn't into on this one than I have on prior albums. Although I do love the production on it still.
The production on these albums are... I feel like we should stop talking about the productions because they're always consistently good.
Well, I mean, like the last one, just having Jay Dilla in the production team, like, group, is just... It's creating awesome backtracks, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something that's so consistently good. But, like, there's some on here that I felt, like, just didn't work for some reason. There's a lot of tracks on here, like, I didn't feel like they'd be Tribe Called Quest tracks.
Yeah.
One of them is Love. It's a good song. I like the message. And the story behind it being, it was originally for Notorious B.I.G. And when I listened to it, totally makes sense. It totally fits kind of Biggie's style. Tribe, a little less so, but they made it work. It's definitely not one of my worst songs, but it just seemed a little out of place, and I felt like that happens a lot on this record as opposed to some of the other ones.
Yeah, I also feel like some of them are kind of middle of the water.
Yeah, that happened a lot too.
Like, I just felt like you could tell this was... you could tell that the same love was not put into this album because they were breaking up. So you don't just break up a group.
Well,
you sometimes get tired, burnt out.
In doing research, I mean, I didn't dig terribly deep, but from what I read, it wasn't as much of the band members not agreeing with each other anymore. It was just them dealing with the kind of the business side of things.
That's what I'm saying. They could have been burnt out.
So, yeah,
and their music the music to me sounded like a little burnt out, little just middle of the. I felt like some of the songs they just did, just did on the album. I feel like there was not like, and the thing is, this has a lot of bonus tracks. Like, we're not gonna talk about the bonus tracks, but there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
And the songs just feel like they didn't have enough material, so they just put it on the album. Like, you know, I like to
There's a
think
lot of, like, really short tracks that
Yeah.
just kind of fill time.
Yeah. That's what this album feels like. It just fills time.
Yeah, and there's features on here, and I really, like, I enjoyed the features. Like Noriega and Redman. Like, there's some different people they're collaborating with. But, like, the Noriega one just kind of puzzled me. It was a weird combo.
Well, what's your favorite song? Because I'm going to get to that one later.
I believe my favorite song here, I have it written down. The first one, Start It Up.
Really?
Yep. I really dug it. To me, when I put it on for the first, when I started listening to it, I was like, cool, we're back to having really good opening tracks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was the best track by a country mile. So,
country mile.
Yeah, I thought it was head and shoulders above everything else.
Yeah. Mine is Stepping It Up.
That was a good one. That was actually...
With Busta Rhymes and Redman. I think that was the best song on the album.
Yeah, that's one of my sleepers.
Okay.
I really dug it. Busta Rhymes makes a return. He's the only returning I think, collaborator. I don't remember Redman or Noriega on any of the other tracks on the other albums. But yeah, Redman, I don't know. Whatever Redman does, he kills it. So
yeah. Well, we're doing sleeper hits because that was your sleeper hit.
yeah, that was one of my favorites though.
I guess mine would be. God, I have to look it up now. I'm thrown off. Okay, this one was a little fun one. I like Against the World.
I didn't.
You didn't like Against the World?
Nope.
I liked Against the World.
I didn't mind, like, it didn't work for me.
Is it your worst?
It was one of the ones I considered.
What's your worst?
The very worst? Hold on. I didn't like Djibouti the first time I heard it, but when I got later, like, there was, like, Common Ground, and his name is Muddy Banks.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Muddy Banks is all. It's just not worth my time.
There's this run of, like, really short tracks in the middle of the record, and, like, the instrumental's fine, but doesn't need to be there. His name is Muddy Banks, doesn't need to be there. Like, there's a bunch of these tracks
And
that
the
are, like,
song
2
is
minutes
good.
and under.
Yeah, and they're like,
And
you just did this off the fly, I think.
I'm sitting here and going, we could have just went straight to Busta's Lament.
Yeah.
We could have just gone straight there. And
This album could have just been EP.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there's like probably 5-6 songs that are worth it. And
Like,
6 is pushing that.
Again, like, this is... Remember when we talked about the last couple albums, how 2 albums ago it was a good beginning and a good end and bad middle?
Yeah.
Then last one I said the middle was the best part. We're back to good beginning, good end.
Yeah.
And a bad middle.
A whole bunch of...
Yeah.
It's like you have really great... It's like you have a pretzel bun.
Mm-hmm.
You have a pretzel bun, and the middle is like really bad, like, old lunch meat.
Yeah.
To where it's like bland... No, it's basically the blandest turkey ever. So you have this bomb, toasted pretzel bun, and you're like, yeah, it's so good. It has like a little seasoning on it. And then you have the bland turkey in the middle. Yeah. And it's not like one piece of turkey. No, it's like, you know, what you see on the box. Like,
it's several pieces of hand-carved turkey.
Yeah. With mayo. I like mayo, but
Pickles.
the blandest... No, fuck you with pickles. Fuck you with pickles. Anyway,
But, yeah, this is not my favorite Tribe record by any stretch. And
And before we actually recorded this, I was like, you know, I kind of slightly liked it more than the last one. Now I'm thinking about it, the last one, I feel like it was more consistent in what it was. This was just no.
And what's strange is this one has more of a theme.
Yeah, it's kind of a concept album.
It's an album all about love, but
none of us loved it.
No. But the record, it has all these like songs where they're talking to women, and I'm like, we're saying a lot of the same stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Like Q, Fife, give me something different.
Yeah, and that's where I think that this is the end, because it's just like,
yeah,
they're not. What makes me think about them is they're not different anymore.
Right.
Because by 1998,
you already had 4 other Tribe albums by this point,
and also you have artists that are inspired by Tribe, and you know they.
Well, this is ironic.
Take the baton and run with it.
This is around the time when like Eminem's hitting it big. DMX is hitting it big.
This is after,
so they still are.
This is after NWA, and they split off.
And they're still different. It's just like they had Noriega on here, and Redman.
And that was a fine song. Give Me's a fine song.
Yeah, no.
That was my close sleeper hit as well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they collaborate with Busta and Redman and Noriega, and they're all 3 very good, and the songs are really good. Like, we both had. You had Steppin' It Up as your favorite. It was my sleeper hit with Redman and Busta Rhymes, and like the one with Noriega was.
I think the why Steppin' Up is so why I liked this because it was freaking different.
Yeah, and it. I don't know. It just this record didn't vibe with me as much as I hoped it would when it started out, and I hear "Start It Up." And like "Find It Away" was another really good one early on, like you had different kinds of samples and different feels to things. And then it just kind of hits that middle and just ironically slows down in the shortest songs on the album.
Yeah.
And just kind of grinds the momentum to a halt.
Rank them. Rank them up.
The records?
Yeah.
Best to worst?
Yes.
Okay. So I have Low End Theory. I think I had, was it People's Instinctive Travels? I think that was the second one for me.
I think you had Rhythm.
Hold on, let me look it up.
I'll just
I have it typed up.
While you look it up, I'll do mine.
Yeah.
Low End Theory, Peoples, Midnight Marauders, Beats, Rhythm,
Okay.
and then Love Movement is last.
All right.
No, I'll say this: Midnight and Rhythm. And now more listen to them. Beats and Rhythm and Midnight Marauders can trade between 3 and 4, but Love Movement is at the bottom.
Yeah, you were right. I had Low End Theory, then Beats, Rhythm, and Life, then People's Instinctive Travels, then Midnight Marauders, and then Love Movement at the bottom. Sorry, guys. It just did not tickle my fancy.
Yeah. Well, we have one more.
We have one more record left, and
I
have listened to this record many times already since it came out.
This was 1998, so we fast forward.
Yeah. It's like 2016, I believe it came out.
2016, yeah. I'm not going to do the math. So I'm not going to do it. Yeah, it's...
18 years.
We got it from here.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. You got to do a pause. So it's ...
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun one to do.
Yeah.
And that'll be the last one, and we'll move on to something else. We already know this episode's going to have... The next series is going to be Scott and a special guest. It's going to be an interesting one. But till then, check out next week. We're going to do the next Tribe Called Quest album.
Mm-hmm.
If they do, maybe we'll like this one. I've never listened to it. Maybe we'll like it more than Love Movement.
I'm not going to spoil how I feel about it yet.
Good. So you can follow us on Twitter at Condish MCP. Make suggestions down there in the comment section.
Downstairs in the comment section.
Downstairs in the comment section.
Where you can also find the subscribe button.
Yeah.
And get all the videos.
Yeah.
And the bell if you want a notification every time we post one.
And then comment other artists we should do, any hip hop artists, any other artists in general, in any genre.
How do you rank these albums? Because I hear...
But I'm going to straight up say, we're not going to do Buckethead.
But I hear, like, rumblings of how, like, there's this, like, cult fandom of this record.
I know! I was reading that, too.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, I feel like they're the people that are just, like, they like it because no one likes it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because they're like, Low End Theory's overrated or something like that. Spoiler, it's not. So, until next time, remember, hip-hop don't forget, and neither do we. See you later.